welcome to my channel. This is the part 2 of this project. If you missed the part 1, I will leave the link down below. Alright, now we've done the head and now we're gonna work on the blanket. So the blanket, I used a soft silk yarn bee low pill fiber, and it's in soft pink medium waisted weight yarn, and this is what I use for the blanket. And for the border, I just used the same yarn when I did the head. So it was a Yarn Bee Sweet Delight Prince Baby Pastel, and again this is in lightweight number 3 yarn. And for the blanket, I use a 4.25 millimeter crochet hook, and you will also need a darning needle to weave in your ends and scissor to cut your yarn with. Now for the part 2, we are going to work on the blanket part and the border, and we're going to work into this loops up here we left unworked from part 1. So we should have a total of 12 loops unworked. I went ahead and pulled them up a bit. And we're going to attach it to the first loop here. Insert my hook there. And we are just going to slip stitch there. Okay. And in that same loop, we are going to go back and do a single crochet. Oh, there we go. And in the next loop, we are going to put 1 single crochet as well. And 2 single crochet in the next, and 1 more in that same loop, and 2. And I'm also working my tail ends as I go. So the repeat for this is 1 single crochet the next 2 stitches and 2 single crochet in the next. 1 single crochet, oops, and 2 in the next stitch, and we'll just repeat that for all of these loops. Okay, 2, and I'll go ahead and drop my tail there. We're going to go into the next. We go in there and single crochet the next loop as well, and 2 single crochet in the next loop. And 1 in the next, and also 1 in the next one. And now in this last one, we are going to put 2 single crochets. Alright, and now we should have total of 16 stitches here. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. We are right on track. So we are going to connect these two by going into the first single crochet and doing a slip stitch. Let's go into the first for a slip stitch. There we go. And now we are ready to begin round 2. For round 2, we will chain 3 and in that same stitch we are going to put 2 double crochets, chain 2 and go back to that same stitch and work 3 more double crochets. Okay, and we skip a stitch, and into the next stitch we are going to work 3 double crochets. Oops. Okay, skip a stitch, and into the next stitch we're going to work 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and go back to that same stitch and work 3 more double crochets. Okay, that's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and we skip the stitch, and into the next we are going to work 3 double crochets. Okay, and skip a stitch and work 3 double crochet into the next. So skip 1 and into the next stitch, 3 double crochets, oops. Okay, and chain 2 and work 3 more double crochet in that same stitch. And go back to that same stitch and 3 double crochets. Oops. That's 3. And skip the next stitch and 3 double crochet the next stitch. So, oops. Okay, skip a stitch and 3 double crochet. Two and 3, skip a stitch, work 3 double crochet into the next, one, whoops, okay, 2 2 and 3, and chain 2 and work 3 more double crochet in that same stitch. I need one more in there. Okay. And now we have 3 stitches left. We skip 1 and 3 double crochet in that middle stitch. Now we are going to slip stitch to the 3rd chain from the beginning of the round. So it's 1 down here, 2 and 3. So we are going to go under the both loop of chain 3, and we are going to do a slip stitch there. And now you notice that there's like a little small granny square down here. So now we've just set up the granny square down here. If you are pretty confident crocheting a granny square, you can go ahead and skip to the border. I will leave the timestamp for the border on the description. But if not, you can go ahead and crochet along with me here. We left that round. We will call this the first round. So for round 2, we are going to chain 3, and we're gonna work into the next space, which is the corner. So we are going to put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and put 3 more double crochets in that corner. And in between the 3 double crochet cluster here, so 1 2 3, there's a space here, and 1 2 3, and there's also a space here. We're going to put 3 double crochet in between the 3 double crochet clusters. So we'll go in there and 3 double crochet, and to the next space, put 3 double crochet cluster. Well, alright. Also need more yarn here. Alright, so I have 1 here. Put 2 double crochets. And again at the corner, each corner needs 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. So I did 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Okay, now we're back working along the side, so we're going to work into the spaces between the 3 double crochet cluster. So find the next space and put 3 double crochets, and find the next space and put 3 double crochets. And now we are at the corner, so corner needs 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Okay, now we're back along the side. So we're going to work into the spaces between the cluster, and we'll put 3 double crochets. Okay, and which brings us back to the corner. So again, the corner needs 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Okay, chain 2, and put 3 more double crochets in there. So 1, 2, and 3, and which brings us back along the side. So we are going to work between the 3 double crochet clusters. Right, so 3 double crochet between the 3 double crochet cluster, okay, and into the next space. You notice that we already have this chain 3 coming out of that space, so this will count as the last double crochet. So we just need to put 2 double crochet into this space. And we are going to slip stitch to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So go in there and go under the both loops, and we slip stitch. And that completes round 2. Okay. And now to begin round 3, we're going to go back to the same stitch, and we are going to single crochet and chain 2. Now this single crochet and chain 2 will count as the first double crochet, so we just need to put 2 more double crochet into that same space. Now we're working at the corner, so we need 3 double crochet in a chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. And that will bring us back along the side. So we need 3 double crochet in each of the spaces. Into the next space. 3 double crochets. Okay. And we're back at the corner again. So the corner needs 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Go. And 3 double crochets. Okay. And back along the side again. Work into the spaces between the cluster. So 3 double crochet in each of the spaces. Oops. Okay, something was wrong there. And one corner, three double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets in that same corner space. And along the side, so we're going to work in between the cluster, so we'll put 3 double crochet in between the clusters. Okay, I need my yarn. Okay, so we're back at the corner. We need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. side, 3 double crochet in each space between the 3 double crochet cluster, and into the next. Two double crochets, and now to join we are going to slip stitch to chain 2. So this is single crochet down here, chain 1 and chain 2 up here. So we're gonna go under both loops of that chain 2 and do a slip stitch. Okay. Oops. Alright, so now we have a tiny square here. You can see it growing. Alright, for round 4 we're going to chain 3. Now this chain 3 will count as a last double crochet for the space. So we're going to go into the next space and work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and next space is the corner, so we'll need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. And back along the side we need 3 double crochet in each of the spaces between the 3 double crochet clusters. So to the next space work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Into the next space work 3 double crochet cluster. Oops. Okay. One, 2, 3, and into the next. Three double crochets, and into the next, which is a corner space. So we'll need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Okay, and back along the side, 3 double crochet in each of these spaces. to the next 3 double crochets, next space, oops, and the next space 3 double crochets, and next space, which is the corner, need 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Okay. Chain 2 and 3 double crochets. Right, and which brings it back along the side here. So along the side we will need 3 double crochet in each of these spaces. So oops, and to the next space 3 double crochets, and next space 3 double crochets, and the next space, oops, 3 double crochets, okay, and corner, so we'll need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Okay. And which brings us back along the side again. So we'll need 3 double crochets in each of these spaces. Oops. 1, 2, and 3. To the next space. 1, 2, and 3. And now to the very next space. We already have the chain 3. So this chain 3 we said will count as the last double crochet. So we just need to put 2 double crochet into this space. Okay, and we will slip stitch 2, chain 3, so we need to go under the both loops. Oops. So under both loops for a slip stitch. Okay, and that completes round 4. So you're getting like a square there. Okay, to begin round 5, we're going to go back to that same space and we will do a single crochet and we will chain 2. Now this single crochet and chain 2 will count as the first double crochet, so we need to put 2 more double crochet in that same space. Okay, and into the next space work 3 double crochets, and working into a corner here, so we'll need 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. Okay, now back along the side we need to put 3 double crochet in each of these spaces. So okay, at the corner again, so we need 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. And so we're back along the side, so you'll need to put 3 double crochets in each of these spaces between the 3 double crochet cluster, and each of the corner you will need to put 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets, and you do that all the way around, and I will meet you back here to join the round. Okay, I am back. So I just finished putting 3 double crochets in this last space here along the sides. Well, brings me back to the first cluster that I did, and to join the round we need to slip stitch to chain 2. So this is a single crochet, chain 1 and chain 2 up here. And we just slip stitch there, and that will complete round 5. To start round 6, we need to chain 3, and we are going to work into the next space and put 3 double crochets. Oops. And into the next space, 3 double crochets, and a corner here, so we'll need 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. Oops. Okay. Alright, so what's going on here? Okay. Oops. Okay. It will bring you back along the side here, and for each of these spaces here you will put 3 double crochets, and once you reach this corner space you will put 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets, and we'll bring you back along the side again. You'll do that all the way around, and I will meet you at this space to finish this space. Alright, so I've come all the way around my piece, and I'm back to where I've started. So to complete this cluster here, notice that we already have the chain 3 coming out of that space, so we need to put 2 more double crochets into that same space where the chain 3 is coming out of. That's 1, and that's 2. Now we need to slip stitch 2, chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. Go under the both loops, and it's slip stitch there. And that completes round 6. Now at this point you should have noticed that we alternate the starting round. So for round 2 we chain 3 at the beginning, and for round 3 we single crochet and we chain 2 to begin round 3. And then for 4 we chain 3, and for 5 we single crochet and we chain 2, and for 6 we chain 3 at the beginning. So we just alternate that to have that seamless look on our granny square. So right now we did the chain 3 at the previous round, so we need to make a single crochet to begin round 7 and chain 2. Now the single crochet and chain 2 will count as the first double crochet of round 7, and we need to put 2 more double crochet to complete this cluster here. Okay, and into the next space 3 double crochets, and which is brings us to a corner. So the corner needs 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. And which brings us back to the side here, and we just do the same 3 double crochet cluster in each of the spaces. And once we reach the corner, each corner needs a 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. So you do that all the way around, and I will meet you back once I've completed this last space here to join the round. Alright, so I've come back around my piece here. Now I am ready to join round 7. Now to join round 7, we are going to slip stitch to the chain 2 at the beginning of the round. So this is the single crochet stitch over here, chain 1 and chain 2 up here. So we need to insert our hook, go under the 2 loops, and do a slip stitch. There we go. Okay, and that completes round 7. Now to begin round 8, we are going to chain 3, and remember the chain 3 will count as our last double crochet for round 8, and we will work into the next space and do 3 double crochets. Oops. And the next space, 3 double crochets. Whoops. In the next space, 3 double crochets. Whoops. Okay. And into the next, which is a corner. So we need 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and 3 more double crochets into the same corner space. So 1, 2, oops, and 3 there. And we'll bring you back to the side here, and each of these spaces here you will need to put 3 double crochets, and once you hit this corner you will need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. So you'll do that all the way around, and again I will meet you back here to complete this space. Alright, I've come back around my piece, and I just need to finish this space here. I already have a chain 3 there, and remember we said that the chain 3 will count as the last double crochet for this space. So we need 2 more double crochet to complete that cluster. Alright, and we slip stitch to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And slip stitch, and that completes round 8. Now for round 9, go directly to the space and we'll make a single crochet and chain 2, and this will count as the first double crochet for round 9. So go back again to that same space and do 2 more double crochet to complete this cluster. And now we can go ahead and put 3 double crochets in each of these spaces along this side. Okay, my yarn is all tangled up there. Okay, into the next space. And now we have a corner here. So for the corner, we'll need to put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochet. Okay. One, 2. Alright, that completes that corner there, and now we're back along the side here. For each of the spaces along the side, we'll need to put 3 double crochets, and for each of the corner, we'll need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets, and you'll do that all the way around the piece, and I will meet you back here to close round 9. I'll come back around here and I'm at the end. So to join round 9, we're going to slip stitch to chain 2. So single crochet, chain 1 and chain 2. And we just slip stitch there, and that completes round 9. Now for round 10, we're going to chain 3, now this chain 3 will count as the last double crochet for this space, so we need to work to the next space and put 3 double crochets. And into the next space. 3 double crochets, next space. Oops. Okay. And into the next space. Three double crochets, and the next space is a corner space, so we'll need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets in that same corner space. Right, and which brings us back along the side here. So for each of these spaces along the side, we will need to put 3 double crochets, and once you hit the corner, every corner needs 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. So you'll do that all the way around, and I will meet you back to complete this space. I have come back around my piece here, and to complete this space where the chain 3 is coming out of, we need to put 2 double crochets in there. Whoops. Okay, so 1, and here's our second one. Whoops. And here's our second one. And we need to slip stitch to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3 up here. Insert our hook there. And slip stitch. And that completes round 10. And to count the rounds, you go to the corner here and we'll just count down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we've completed round 10. Now to begin round 11, we need to single crochet in that space. So we'll go in there and do a single crochet, and we chain 2, and we need to go back to that same space and do 2 more double crochets, and that will complete that cluster there. And along the side we will do 3 double crochets in each of the spaces. Right. That's 3. And 3 there. And 3 there. And now we have a corner space here, so we will need to put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets in that same space. Alright, and which brings us back along the side again. So we'll need to put 3 double crochet in each of the spaces along the side. And once you hit the corner here, every corner needs 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. So you'll do that all the way around, and I will meet you back at this space to close round 11. I've come all the way around and I've completed that last space there. I just need to join to complete round 11. So to join, we need to slip stitch to chain 2. Oops. Slip stitch there, and that completes round 11. For round 12, we need to chain 3, okay, and into the next space we are going to put 3 double crochets. Okay, and into the next space, 3 double crochets, oops, okay, that fix it there, okay, never mind. And for the corner we need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets in that same corner space. My yarn keeps splitting. Okay, and that completes the corner space there. So which brings us back along the side. So for the side, you will need to put 3 double crochets in each of these spaces, and once you hit the corner, every corner needs 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. So we'll do that all the way around, and I will meet you back to this space to complete this space. Right, I have come back around, and to finish this space here, we need to put 2 double crochet into that space. Right, and slip stitch to chain 3. And that completes round 12. To begin round 13, we're going to work into this space. So we are going to single crochet, chain 2, and go back to this space and work 2 double crochets. Right, and each of the spaces along the side here, we'll need to put 3 double crochets. Okay, and into the next space. Space. Oops. Okay. And to the corner space, we need 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets in that same space. Whoops. Okay, and that completes that corner there, and we're back along the side. Each of these spaces along the side needs 3 double crochets, and for every corner space you need 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets, and then you'll just repeat that all the way around. I will meet you back here to close round 13. So I've come back all the way around, and I just need to join or close my round 13. So to join, I need to slip stitch to chain 2. Oops. And a slip stitch there. And to begin round 14, you're going to chain 3 and work into the next space. So we need 3 double crochets into the next space. Oops. And into the next space, we'll do 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, so 1, 3, and into the next space for 3 double crochets. Into the next space, 3 double crochets. And into the next space, oops, 3 double crochets. And into the corner space, we are going to put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 double crochet back into that same space to complete that corner. And now we're back along the side. Each of the spaces along the sides needs 3 double crochets, and into a corner space we need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. You do that all the way around, and I will meet you back to this space to complete this space. I've come back all the way around. I'm at the end of round 14, and to complete this space here we need to put 2 double crochets. So 1 and our second one here, and we join top of chain 3. So we need to go under the 2 loops and slip stitch, and that completes round 14. Now for round 15 we need to go to this space and do a single crochet, chain 2. This will count as the first double crochet, and we need to put 2 more double crochet to complete this space. And we just need to put 3 double crochet in each of the spaces along the side. Whoops. And for corner space, we need 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. And 3 more double crochets to complete this corner. Oops. All right, and what brings us back to the side here. So each of the spaces along the sides, we need to put 3 double crochets, and for each corner we need 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets, and you do that all the way around. I will meet you back here to complete round 15. Alright, so I've come all the way around and I'm back here ready to join. So we join again at the top of chain 2, so go under the both loops and we will slip stitch. Okay, and at this point I am ready to fasten off and cut my yarn and start the border. You can continue on if you want a bigger blanket size for the lovey or the security blanket, but for this tutorial I'm gonna go ahead and stop at round 15. So to fasten off, I'm gonna go ahead and chain 1, and I'm gonna cut my yarn here. I'm gonna leave a fairly enough tail so I could weave that in. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull that all the way through so we can make a knot there. And now I'm ready to begin the border. Now for the border, I want to bring this yarn back so it can match the blanket. So to begin, just let's see here. Oops. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my work so the back side is facing me, and you will need to find the first stitch on the corner, so you insert your hook there, and we're gonna attach this yarn here. Attach it by slip stitching or chaining 1, and in that same stitch we're going to go back and do a single crochet. Whoops, I don't know if you guys saw that. So I went back here and did a single crochet, and I'm just gonna go in each of the stitches and I will work 1 single crochet. We're not working into the spaces anymore, so in each of the stitch gets 1 single crochet, and I'm also weaving the tail end as I go. So less tail ends to weave in at the end. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the tail end and continue on with a single crochet in each of the stitches along the side here. Okay, and this stitch, get a single crochet, and this stitch will get a single crochet. Oopsies. All right, and I'm also weaving this tail end here as I go. All right, so single crochet in each of the stitches. And I went ahead and drop it to this side here towards the back. Okay. And we just single crochet in each of the stitches. Okay, and that last one there, now we reach a corner. All right, so we just single crochet along the side, and we should have 51 stitches running along the side here. And to work the corner, we will need to go into the space and single crochet, and we need to put 2 more in that corner. So a total of 3 single crochets in a corner. So you do that all the way around. So single crochets in each of these stitches along the side, and once you reached a corner, you need to put 3 single crochets to make that turn, and then we'll brings you back along the side again. So do that all the way around, and I will meet you back here to close the setup round for the border. All right, I am back around to complete this corner here. We need 3 single crochets in that corner, and we need to slip stitch to close this round. So we go under the first single crochet and make a slip stitch. Okay, and that is the setup border of single crochet in each of the stitches and 3 single crochets at the corner space. Okay, so we'll chain 1 and we will turn our work so the right side or the front side of our work is facing us. And let me get my yarn situated here. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. So this is where we slip stitch, and into the next stitch we are going to single crochet. So go in there and do a single crochet, and we're gonna skip a stitch and go into the next stitch, and we'll put 5 double crochets. So 1 and go back, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and skip a stitch and into the next stitch single crochet. And now we have a little shell there going on, and to continue working we need to skip a stitch, and into the next stitch we are going to put 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip a stitch, and into the next we single crochet. Okay, skip a stitch and work 5 double crochet into the next. And we skip a stitch and single crochet into the next. Okay, and we'll just repeat that to have that nice shell edging going down our piece. So skip a stitch and 5 double crochet into the next. Skip a stitch and single crochet, skip a stitch and 5 double crochet. All right. Skip a stitch and single crochet, and skip a stitch and 5 double crochets. skip a stitch and single crochet into the next. Okay, and that's how it looks like so far. And go ahead and do that all the way down. I will meet you back down here to turn the corner. Alright, I've almost completed a side here, and I'm coming up to the first corner here. So I just did a single crochet, so skip one, and into this stitch here we are going to work 5 double crochets. Okay, and we skip one and single crochet into the next. Right, and now back along this side again. Skip one and 5 double crochet into the next. Okay, skip one and single crochet into the next. Okay, and skip one and 5 double crochets into the next. Okay, you just keep repeating that pattern of skip one and single crochet into the next stitch, and skip one and 5 double crochet into the next. You do that all the way around, and I will meet you back. I'll meet you back at the beginning where we did the first single crochet. So just repeat single crochet, skip one, 5 double crochet, skip one, and single crochet. So we'll meet you back here to close the border. Alright, I am back and I've made it all the way around my piece here, doing the shell stitch or border of 1 single crochet, skip a stitch, 5 double crochet, skip a stitch, and 1 single crochet. So which brings me back here, and I have 3 stitches here left. So I just did a single crochet there, so I'm going to skip a stitch and into the next stitch 5 double crochets, whoops. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I go back in there for 1 more. Right, and that's 5. And we skip this last stitch here. And we are just going to slip stitch to the first single crochet, which is this stitch right here. But I want to do a invisible join here, so I'm gonna cut my yarn here, leave a decent amount of tail so we could weave it in. I go ahead and pull that all the way through, and oops, put that in there, and we go under the this first single crochet we made, and go back to the last double crochet, and we could just weave it in towards the back here. So I'm gonna bring it down like that. Make sure I don't pull it too tight there, and I'm gonna weave it in down where the single crochets are at. So, oops. And go back. And oops. Here we go. That is the first tail weaved in. Cut that yarn, and for this one I want to bring this towards the back side of my work. So this, so I'm gonna go point it towards the back here, and I'm gonna weave it in this way back where it came from. Alright, and that looks good there. I'm gonna cut the yarn here, and I'm just gonna go flip my work, and I'm just gonna weave this back down where it came from. Remember, we've crocheted, I crocheted this along while I was working or setting up my border row. So I'm gonna go back here and then just weave it along. Make sure not showing through there, and we're gonna go ahead and cut that yarn, and we have one more tail to weave in here. And we did work this tail end as I crocheted, so I'm just going to go back one time here, and I'm gonna cut my yarn. Okay, I'm gonna cut my yarn here. And that is the finished blanket so far. So we've taken care of all of the tail ends, and that is what it looks like so far. So that is the end of part 2. Stay tuned for part 3 so we can finish the head. So if you haven't subscribed already, now is a good time to consider subscribing to my channel so you won't miss the part 3. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.